You guys, what am I doing? What up? Yeah, I've been looking at all my records, and I'm enjoying posting these kind of record kind of what do you call them? Nostalgia trips, I suppose, because they are nostalgia trips for me, really. I'm obviously able to talk about. I'm obviously able to talk about them at some length because you read about the history. Of course, you buy the records from certain, places. You remember where you bought them, etc., and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I've been looking around my records. There's lots of records with interesting histories there, definitely. But I didn't know. I was thinking, what can I play next? What can I upload next? Anyways, I've been meaning to do this one for a while. This is Jega, and oh my gosh, this is Spectrum. This was the first release on Planet Mu, which is not was is Mike Paradonas's label, aka Music, and all the other things he uses to go under. And of course, he's released on Warp and Reflex, etc. So then he opened up his own. He started his own label, which was done through Virgin initially, and then I think things went a bit sour there, and then he started doing his own on his own. I think he's quite good, has a good relationship with the artists. I understand he gives them a good chunk of dough for each release. So generally he's had a good relationship with the artists over the years. He's put out lots of different stuff. More recently it's kind of become quite I don't really know. I haven't followed Planet Me for a long time, to be honest. If I'm honest, they have had some good stuff, but I don't. Generally speaking, I have not really followed them much really lately. There's been some good stuff on the label definitely, but I don't really follow them much these days. But Jaeger was the first release on Planet Me when they were under, when it was within kind of Virgin, if you like. So yeah, this is I can't remember where I bought this, to be honest, which is a surprise because this for me, of a lot of the records I posted up, this is really a standout record. This came out in '98, and prior to that, he was releasing stuff on, I think, Scam Records, which I think is Ortega's label. So he was releasing stuff on that. One of my favorite tunes ever is a Jaeger track, and to be honest, he's one of these artists that has made some just amazing music, but really is just kind of disappeared a bit off the radar. Maybe things didn't work out for him in terms of his music being, he was going to release variants, and that got distributed. It got leaked on the internet, and when file sharing was a big thing, and that was really at the point as well where records were still selling, but it had kind of gone off the boil quite a lot because people were basically sharing MP3s a lot. So record sales were not great really for a time, I would say from around early 2000s, maybe up to possibly maybe 2007, 8, 9. Records, as I say, records were selling, but it's not like now where they're hot again. They've really come back, and I think it's just out of boredom, the fact that people just don't want the digital. The digital thing is no longer enough because it's just there's infinitesimal amount of music now, and getting it in the physical way just holds more gravitas inevitably. And for those guys like moi who have all these originals, yeah, you're jealous. We're more than grateful. I'm so glad that I've held on to my records, definitely, because there's times where you thought, oh well, what's the point keeping them? But I'm so glad I did keep all my records, because in my heart I knew that I'd be losing all that memory, and especially when the MP3 thing started to come about, you start to sort of think, well, what's the point with all these holding on to all these records? But now I realise it is very significant, so I apologise for that. Anyways, this Spectrum, there's not a bad track on this really, if I'm honest. This is produced by Nathan Dillon, and he went to the same. Oh God, I'm talking too long, way too long. He went to the same school. He studied at the same place that Aphex Twin studied at. I think Mike must have introduced him or whatever. And he was from Manchester. As I say, he was putting stuff out on Scam. One of my favourite tunes ever is by my favourite tunes ever, to be honest, were by this guy. And this was such an impressive, first release for Planet Mu and as an LP, it's just hard to describe it. There's a lot going on in this record. There's like tunes which are sort of like kind of just a kind of breakbeat, jungle, sort of weird, kind of dark electro, kind of hard step, kind of drum bass with his own proper, take on it. And this was a great record. A lot of it is jungle and drum and bass, but it's not really how you jungle, how it's that more kind of like nerdy stuff, but it works well. And it's very musical and very deep, not deep as in like deep, but it's just very musically, very strong and musically very rich and lush, as a certain person would put it. So I don't know which tune to play, but I think I'll probably just play, because they're all pretty good, but they do have different vibes to them all. I'm going to play Phalanx, which is the first track on this record. And just before I close on this initial kind of introduction, I was looking over Wikipedia, and he has put stuff out over the years. There was that blip when his variants was leaked on file sharing sites, and that obviously pissed him off or annoyed them at Planet Mu, and it delayed the release by a number of years. And then there was Geometry as well, which was the one that came after this. That's a really full-on record, I have to confess. The lead track, you have to be... I personally find it quite... It's a very impressive track, but I don't really listen to it because it's kind of too much emotionally. It is a really good track, though, no doubt about that. But you need to brace yourself for a track like that because it's very rich emotionally and a little bit too heavy at times. If I'm listening to that, like, I just only put it on every now and again. So we'll play Phalanx. Enough waffling. Part 2 coming up. Yo guys, check it out. So I'm going to play Jega Phalanx from Spectrum, which came out in 1998, and the final or the last release that he's put out, even though he states he's still active on Wikipedia, was on Scam, which was a record, which was a release called 1995, which is a bunch of rare tunes. And I have to confess, I have not heard that, but it came out in 2016, so that's 8 years ago, and I'm going to try and hunt that down and see if I can get that on record. So anyway, that's enough chatting. Let's play the tune, because I know that's what you guys want to listen to, and I hope you're staying with me for the course of these videos, because believe me, I do put effort into them, or certainly thought. Okay, alright. Enjoy this tune, guys, and stay tuned for more. Yo.
couple of minutes.